A very good morning to all those who have joined in today. In every profession, as well as in general, honesty is said to be the best policy. Integrity and honesty for professionals is very, very important. Many of us do not have very clear idea, though generally we know what integrity is. We have attempted to first write an article, the reference of which is there in the end of the slide. Let's look at how it is relevant to us as professionals. Integrity involves adherence to strong moral and ethical principles. Moral is what is right, what is good. Ethical is normally set out by the profession we are in. For example, many of us here are chartered accountants. For us, there is a code of ethics which lays down mandatory principles to follow, which is for the profession. Does it apply to a personal life? Yes, very much. Moral principles can be more in the line of, am I fair to everybody? Is it fair to both of us if there are two people involved? Honesty is part of integrity. Am I truthful? Am I saying the correct things? Or am I hiding something? Or I'm not saying the full truth? Relevance of being ethical in a couple of decades back, I think went down. There's a lot of corruption around, but now we see premium for being ethical. It is critical for building trust with anybody, whether it is the department, the tax department, with the regulators, whether it is your employees, whether it is the clients, vendors. Very, very important in building trust. For us as professionals, credibility is everything. And therefore, if we follow high ethical values, the credibility in the professional settings, that is, when I deal with other professionals, when I deal with the regulators, when I deal with my clients, it is very high if I am known to be ethical. Some more wise. If I'm ethical, what happens? It builds trust and respect, as we heard earlier, creates an ethical workplace. That means people under us or above us will be more ethical, and that itself will reduce the stress. I don't have to be untruthful. I can be open. As far as careers are concerned, having integrity promotes my career. My bosses can trust me. And if at all I am looking at a profession, whatever relationships I have with other professionals, with my vendors, with the general public, the listeners in the audience when I make presentation, it builds strong professional relationship. People know that XYZ is having high integrity. They can trust you to give the job where there is a need for high level of values, professional values. This is a wonderful and could be said to be the most important professional value. Let us understand how sometimes we are making mistakes. I myself am clear that I have made a number of mistakes in this until I understood what could be said to be an integrity loss. First, of course, untruths. This damages trust and no people will not work with you. And the businesses themselves, if they are saying something which is not true, for example, they advertise something which is not true, then it affects their credibility and obviously the value of that firm itself. The brand value will come down. Second, I don't tell untruths, but there is a important information which I don't disclose. This also can harm relationships and people will not rely on you because you are prone to not giving the full information. Sometimes we exaggerate our success. I will do this for you. I will ensure that I give you value addition of 10 crores. This is what I tell the client. And at the end of the story, client gets only 5 crores. What does the client think? This guy is a person who over promises. And therefore, that person thinks like that. But more importantly, what do I think of myself? After I say all this and then, I'm not able to keep up to that, my respect for myself comes down. Very, very important because this is once I keep on doing things where my self-respect is getting hit, I may become a person who's not at all confident. Then there are subtle untruths where somebody is shooting over the shoulder of the other. This happens in corporates, even in practices, it happens. One partner came and told me once the quality as per the market of this person is not good. They say that his audit reports are not up to the mark. Now this puts a seed of doubt in the mind of the leader. And then they'll start looking at that person with wary eyes, jaundiced eyes. The person who does this manipulation, they may think they are very smart, but they are not. They are damaging themselves. And over a period of time, this damage to themselves is known to everybody. And therefore, the reliance on such people will be very low. Then there are white lies. There is no point in me saying something for unimportant things, which will hurt the other. For example, a person who's a bit on the heavier side asks, how do I look? It would be hurtful if I tell the truth that I think you are too fat. Better avoid. But it does compromise integrity to some extent, and white lies should not be told where it doesn't have an impact on the other person. For example, in work environment, in professional environment, white lies may not be the right thing. I have a boss. He doesn't like it when somebody disagrees. So I lie and say, yeah, everything is good. Your idea is fantastic, but actually it is not. In such cases, I would say that it is certainly a compromise on your integrity. You should not do it. Why people lie? Sometimes we lie because we think that we are going to fail and somebody is going to blame us. They'll hold us responsible. Sometimes we lie because we are all overloaded with work. Too much work is there. We should have avoided it. Or if it is too much, we should go and share with our bosses that this work seems to be quite a lot. I may not be able to keep time or quality. So what should we do about it? Be open with it. Sometimes I may not be competent to handle it. Boss thinks that you know how to do it. For example, in our office, sometimes we think the juniors, they are extremely good at Excel, but they may not be. Maybe they come from a poorer, or you can say economically challenging background, and they have not handled computers till they come to our office. So why not train them in Excel before giving them the job? Or if I am not competent, I can say that I never learned computers, sir. Maybe I should learn it and then I can do this job well. Looking good is a universal phenomenon. All of us try to look good, physically or even from competence point of view. Or we may be trying to avoid a conflict time. We know that the boss is a little impatient. So what I do is I avoid the conflict for the time being. But remember, when the job is not done, the results will be much worse. Sometimes I don't look at what is important, what is not important. Prioritizing is very important. In fact, we have a video on why we delay, avoiding procrastination. You could have a look at it, which emphasizes that prioritization is a very important aspect. I'm not able to prioritize. Everything is the same for me. So I should always have a list which says this is most important, this is less important. 3 lists should be there for all the jobs I'm doing so that I don't have to lie. Important things, I'll see that I prioritize and do it. Less important things, maybe I can avoid doing or postpone it. How can I improve my integrity? Many of the videos which you would hear on this platform, you will see are with getting proper directions. So if I have to improve integrity, it's not something I can do in a couple of days. I have to set long-term goals and make decisions which help to reach the goal. I should look at when all there is a possibility for dishonest behavior. You saw what types of dishonesty can be there earlier. Look at the triggers. When is it that I may become dishonest? If I know that, then what I will do is I will catch myself. I will not say yes unnecessarily. I will not agree with my boss. I'll at least keep neutral. If I am able to, I need to communicate honestly about issues or delays. I know I'm going to get delayed. This work is going to take 2 days more, whereas it was supposed to be delivered tomorrow. Why not I meet my boss? Or if boss is the client itself, why not I talk to him and tell him that there is going to be a 1-day delay. It is because of my not doing something. Sorry for that. Can I take that additional day? And you will be surprised. 95% of the time, the person on the other side will say, it doesn't matter. Thank you for telling me in advance. Sometimes we have a lot of jobs, but we think we can somehow manage. Jugaad, we say. We are a jugaad person. We can manage anything. Actually, nobody manages anything. They may work late. It will have an impact on the next day. They may put so much stress, their health may get compromised if done for long periods of time. Whenever we have enough work on our plate, we should say no, explaining that I can do this, but presently this month I'm a bit busy in the following. And that should be genuine. One of the easier ways to live life, if we want to improve any characteristic, is to have that type of people around us. So if I want to improve integrity, I have around me people with high integrity. If I want to improve my passion, I have people who are passionate around me. If I want to improve my knowledge, I have knowledge hungry people around me. Birds of the same feather flock together is an old saying. So what is the conclusion? Moral authority, an influencer, a leader, it comes from being honest, having integrity and respect for the other. Look at iconic leaders. Mandela, South Africa, Gandhiji, Lal Bahadur Shastri, they were all epitomes of integrity. Just that power of their integrity moved nations. For professionals, for us chartered accountants, integrity is non-negotiable. If integrity is lost, in my view, everything is lost. You could have a look at the article. As I said, it's in quite a lot of detail. In all our videos, we just touch on some of the aspects which may interest you to read a bit more and make your life honest and live with dignity and integrity. All the best. Thank you.